Hi, I'm back talking about the Florida manatee. I chose these animals because they're interesting, large but gentle, and look oh so huggable. The manatees you see here are part of a rehabilitation program for injured Florida manatees that is happening in zoos and aquariums throughout the country. Manatees that have been injured by boat propellers and the like are taken into the care of rehabilitation organizations who coordinate with other facilities to provide care until the manatees can be released back into the wild. The scientific name for these animals is Trichechus manatus laterostris. Usually they weigh 440 to 1,300 pounds, and the females typically weigh more than the males do. Their average length is 8 9/10 to 11 feet. The largest Florida manatee on record was 3,650 pounds and 15 feet long. They are usually seen alone or in groups of no more than 2 to 6 manatees. These gentle giants tend to be brown or gray with large bodies that taper down to a flat, paddle-like tail. The Florida manatee, as the name suggests, lives in Florida. It is actually a subspecies of the West Indian manatee, which lives in Florida, Georgia, and Brazil. The Florida manatee's habitat is in warm freshwater springs off of Florida's coastal waters. Its closest relatives are the elephants and the hyrax, a gopher-sized herbivore. Similarly, the manatee is also an herbivore, primarily eating water lettuces and grasses. Florida manatees are endangered from both natural and human-made consequences. Red tide, an algae bloom, and cold waters sometimes cause fatal illnesses. Boat strikes cause injuries that, depending on the severity, can be life-threatening. In other parts of the world, you can add poaching to the list of causes of manatee deaths, though this is rare in the United States. Manatees have no regular natural predators, though infrequently they encounter and are eaten by orcas or large sharks. Their coastal habitat makes these encounters highly unlikely and rare. Nonetheless, there are still less than 2,500 of these wonderful creatures left. Each year, hundreds die from encounters with boats, litter, and fishing and trap lines. Over 800 manatees died in 2013, making it one of the worst years on record. Some things that are going on to help save these animals are laws against killing manatees and regulating boat speeds in protected areas, rehabilitation programs for sick or injured manatees, and education programs about manatees and their plight. One really fun fact about manatees is that long ago people thought that manatees were mermaids or sirens. Manatees are part of the larger family known as Sirenia, so named for the sea-dwelling sirens written about in ancient Greece. Sirens would lure sailors to their deaths with their songs, so the story went, when the sailors would crash their ships onto the rocks trying to reach the sirens. While this wasn't true, the oceans were so vast and so little was known of the life within them that the manatees, seen beneath the waves, were thought to be some sort of half-human, half-fish creature. Manatees do make a sort of song, but I don't think it's worth jumping overboard for, though I'd love to get in the water with one and give it a great big hug. Like all the animals I feature, manatees are at risk. Be a friend to creatures and the earth. Help where you can.
I was going to ask you if you had any